Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to tell you guys what I did in the month of August and how I was able to make some money through the month of August selling on Amazon FBA. So first, we're going to start with what stores I shopped at last month and like my return on investment and everything. Okay, so I've talked, everybody knows Walmart's a good place to shop and to do retail arbitrage. So at Walmart last month, you can see I sold 452 items and I had 16 returned. It accounted for 26 and almost 26.5% of my revenue from Walmart, and my profit was almost $1,300 for about 53% ROI. Now at Walmart, you see a lot of videos of people doing secret clearance and flipping a lot of clearance product on Amazon through Walmart. Very little of this was through clearance items. There were a few. I did find some board games. Walmart just clearanced out some extremely popular board games about a month ago. So some of this is, I'd say maybe about 20 of these items were clearance, and the rest were all replens. So Walmart is my best store as far as finding replenishable items. I would say I have probably about 50 different ASINs that are replenishable through Walmart. So Walmart is a good place to go for looking for product. Next is Ross. Again, I talk about Ross all the time. Pretty much all I sell from Ross is socks, bras, and toys. You can see I had 161 units sold and only 3 returned. And, I had $871 in profit. I've been sending, oh my God, like 30, 40 bras a week lately, and I'm selling 2 or 3 a day. Sometimes I sold as many as like 7. I think over this past weekend, 7 bras in one day. So a lot of my units on hand are bras from Ross. But as you can see, 70% ROI from Ross. So that's good. This is my only wholesale account, and I'm not giving you guys that information. I've been selling this product for about a year and a half, and it's a really good product. There is money to be made at wholesale. I have only managed to find one really good supplier, and I actually get it straight from the manufacturer. I know there's a lot of people that do wholesale. I haven't had luck finding good accounts. Like I have a lot of open accounts, but I just can't seem to find profitable items, unfortunately. So next is Marshall's. This is almost all shoes and socks, and maybe a few like pairs of like Nike shorts or t-shirts thrown in there. But I sold 40 items for a $400 profit and almost a 60% ROI. And I got about 55 items on hand because I've been sending in a lot of shoes lately from Marshall's. So a lot of this is shoes, and shoes will sell a little bit slower than most of the other items I sell. Then here you see the 99-cent store. I sold 180 items and I had 7 returned for $336. So you can make money at the dollar store. I did have a replenishable grocery item there. I sold for about 3 months, and it cost me $2, and I was making $4 to $5 profit every time. But the expiration dates that they started receiving weren't far out enough, because with grocery you got to be about 4 months out for the expiration date. So I had to quit buying that product, which actually made me very sad because I was making a lot of money. But I have about a month's worth of product left from the dollar store. Next, we got DD's discounts. I just started sourcing there a month or 2 ago, and you can see a extremely high ROI, 97.6%, for $319 profit. And there I only buy toys and bras. And actually, I did buy some some kids' lunch pails, the fabric ones there. And actually, I've sold some for as much as $19.99, and I was buying them for $4.32, including tax. So I was able to make some good money on those. But this is mainly toys and bras. Winco is a grocery store, and as you see, I've sold quite a bit from Winco. The ROI is not that great, but I made $300 there, and I only have 44 units left from what I buy there, and I sold 150. So obviously, I need to make a trip to Winco. But one of my issues is I had 4 replens. Almost all of this is 4 items. One of them they quit carrying, and the other 3, my cost was $3.18, and I was selling it anywhere from $11.99 to $14.99, and they raised the price up 36 cents. So it's right at that threshold of whether or not you want to buy it. It's like borderline my ROI makes my ROI criteria. So I kind of stopped buying it and focused more on toys as we're getting into Q4. So actually, I should need to figure that one out, because there's 2 Wincos in town, and the one that's about 20 minutes away, I need to check and see if they raise their price, because the 2 stores don't always have the same prices. Hot Topic, I find stuff at Hot Topic on occasion. So you can see I made $250 from them. The Skechers outlet, I did a video a week or 2 ago about Skechers outlet and how I find Skechers to sell. So I made $235 there, and I've sold 2/3 of the inventory I had last month. ROI is good at 75.5%. TJ Maxx is almost all socks. There might be a few t-shirts or something thrown in there, but this is almost all socks. I made $203 for a 56% ROI, and I sold exactly half the inventory Amazon's had there within the last month. Trader Joe's is really hit or miss. People, for some reason, like to sell their stuff at about a 20% ROI from Trader Joe's. I like going there because you get replens and the prices don't change. But unfortunately, on Amazon, the sellers like to change their price. So a lot of these items that I used to buy just aren't worth buying anymore. So I did make about 58.5% return on investment, but I kind of haven't been there in about 3 or 4 weeks, because the stuff I was selling, the price had just dropped, and I just haven't gone back. And this is another Walmart. I don't know. These are all replen items. I'm not sure what they are, and I haven't taken the time to research because it didn't matter enough to me. But this just doesn't have the hyphen, so that's why it's on there twice. But, another $100, $115 from Walmart for a really good ROI. Again, box lunch. They're similar to Hot Topic, but they don't really have as in-demand products as Hot Topic, so I don't go to box lunch as much as I used to. But I still made $113 profit at box lunch. Five Below is becoming a go-to store for me. I found some really great toys at Five Below last week. I'm talking toys that have $10, $15 profit on them, and everything in the store is $5 or below. So I have seen prices tank on their products a little bit, but I made $103 and about 56% ROI, and I'm usually in and out in 15 minutes. The only thing really worth looking at there is their toys, and it is hit and miss. I don't always find stuff every time I go in there, but it's directly next door to a Ross and a Burlington coat factory, so I don't mind running in there for 15 minutes. So I'm really anxious to see how I do in the month of September and October with Five Below, because I found some really great stuff that UPS is picking up today to ship in. Okay, so the Nike, so close to me, I have a Nike factory store and I have a Nike outlet store. So the Nike factory store is about an hour away in a city called Santa Clarita. And then the Nike outlet is at an outlet mall that's about 30 minutes from here. Well, 20, 30 minutes. So these are mainly, well, they're all shoes, but I think they were mainly cleats. So here you can see $90 profit on 4 units for a 205% ROI. In the Nike outlet, I sold 3 units for 134% ROI. So you can make money in the outlet shoe stores, and the factory store did pretty good for me, obviously, with the 205% ROI. And Wiss, this is another shoe store. They're a little bit expensive on their new shoes, but if you go to their clearance racks, sometimes you can find some really good product. So I had $70 profit from there for 49% ROI. Target, I see people say they do really well at Target. I do pretty bad at Target. I never really find anything. I did have one replan from Target, and they clearanced it out, and I've cleared out pretty much every Target within an hour of me of that product. So sometimes I'll find a couple clearance items here or there, but Target's generally a huge bust for me. As you can see, besides Box Lunch, it has my worst ROI out of every other store by a pretty significant margin. Freddy's.com, it's a restaurant chain, and I did from their store online, I bought some seasonings and some fry sauce, but the price had tanked, so I'm not going to buy it anymore. But the month prior to this, I had made, I think it was close to about 80% ROI, but people dropped the price about $3 a unit, so I quit. I just quit going there. Okay, the grocery outlet, I only went in there the one time and just to check it out. And their groceries, I didn't find any groceries that either were profitable or met the expiration date. So they tend to get things that just didn't move, and people, probably like clearance items or whatever. So I didn't find any grocery. These were actually some like bowl cup sets that I got there. And I only bought 3 units. The one sold like last month. And I made really good ROI, but I'm just not going to really go in there because I only found the one ASIN that sold. So there's just not enough volume for me to really care to go in there. FYE, I bought some clearance collectible toys. Pretty bad ROI. The prices kind of tanked on a lot of them. I don't buy a whole lot from FYE, but just $20, and I would pop in like every 2 or 3 weeks. Dollar Tree, I sold 10 units from there for almost $20, and it was just soap and a high ROI, and I sent in a bunch. Actually, I sold yesterday like 5 or 6 units of soap yesterday. I got from the Dollar Tree. Cost me $1.08, and I made like $3.50 profit. So I'm gonna go in there more often and just look at their soaps. You can get books there. It's rare for me, but I have found some really good books there. But it's really rare that you'll find anything that's either in good condition or is profitable. Facebook, I did buy a few toys from Facebook and sold those. Not something I would really do very often, but I was able to get the receipts with the toys, so I was able to show like authenticity if it came up. Sarah's Outlet is like a discount store, and I've only been in there once. I did find a few profitable items in there that actually were really profitable. And I just sent these in, I think, a week and a half ago, so they haven't sold yet. But when I got the receipt, it was really generic and didn't say what each item was. So I'm not going to go in there because I think it would be really hard to prove authenticity if it came up. Okay, Burlington Coat Factory is a store I just barely started going back to because for a long time I didn't have any luck there. But I did find a couple things that were really good that just got sent in. I didn't sell much because I've only been going back there for about 2 weeks. So most of this stuff is still kind of on back order. But I have found some decent stuff at Burlington Coat Factory that's just recently been sent in. Barnes & Noble, these 5 units are one specific toy that I got there, and it was part of the Comic-Con lines. They got some Comic-Con exclusive toys. So I didn't make a whole lot of money there. Barnes & Noble's not a place I'd ever recommend sourcing at. I went there specifically for the one Comic-Con toy. These 2 units I sold from Rack Room Shoes are stuff that sat there for months because I don't do very much online arbitrage, but they sat there for months and I just ended up marking them down to move them. So you can see really low ROI. And then another 99-cent store. For some reason, I didn't type store in on a specific item. I'm not sure which one it is. But you can see I made another $12 from there. GameStop, don't ever really source there. These were toys that I bought there on clearance. You're really not going to make much money at GameStop that I've ever seen. I mean, there's been a few times I've found some stuff, but it's extremely rare if I ever find anything good at GameStop. I've sold 1 unit from Famous Footwear and made about 50% ROI. I don't find much in Famous Footwear either because their clearance prices are pretty high. So again, you could probably find items there, but I haven't had much luck finding very much to make money on there. And this is just something my aunt asked me to sell for her on Amazon. And we split the proceeds in half. So that's the stores I shop at. And this every month, this doesn't fluctuate really hardly ever. I shop at the same stores every single month to buy my product. So it shows, that I made $5,730 profit on almost 24,600 revenue. And I sold 1,528 items. Actually, that was within the last month. Okay, so and I can show you like my category profitability. So let me go ahead and change this to so let me click on it. It's acting slow. Let me see. Okay, from 08/01/2019 through 08/31/2019. So these are the categories where I made my profit. As you can see, I sold a ton of toys. I sold 390 units of toys for $1,800 profit and a 67% ROI. And I only have 166 units of toys on hand. So you can see I'm selling through my toys extremely fast. So toys are really good. Most of the toys I sell are gated brands. I did a video, it was one of my first videos, of how I was able to get ungated in like Mattel, Lego, Disney, Marvel, and stuff like that. So I'll post that below so you guys can go back if you want to get ungated in toys. And then grocery, I always talk about grocery. You can see I sold 632 grocery items and I made $1,500 profit for almost 66% ROI. And I only have 231 grocery items left. I love grocery. This is every single unit here is a replenishable unit, and that's including my wholesale account. So you can make money in grocery. Grocery is more time consuming. Shipping will cost a little bit more. I'm lucky it's only ships an hour or 2 hours from me. So my shipping's on the lower end of costs compared to like if I had to ship it to Jersey or something. So grocery, you can make money. I sold 87 pairs of shoes, and you can see I made about $10 profit for every pair of shoes I sold. So you can make money in shoes. They just don't sell as fast. And this should be higher, but I have some shoes sitting in the warehouse that haven't been checked in. They've been sitting there for like a week. For some reason, they're a little bit slow getting to my shoes this time around. So I have about 20 other pairs of shoes sitting in the warehouse. Sell a lot of t-shirts and shorts and socks and stuff like that. So the ROI is a little bit lower, but the turnover is really fast on a lot of it. And with the t-shirts and shorts I sell, there's typically not a whole bunch of competition on the listings I'm on. So made almost $700 profit there. Kitchen, this is just a couple things I sell from Walmart and I'll pick up here and there. I'm actually surprised that I'm at 100 units, to be honest. I thought I'd be probably closer to like 30 kitchen items, 30 to 40. But, 53% ROI and $270 profit in the kitchen area. Beauty, I would say almost everything I got in the beauty category is from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I find a lot of their stuff on clearance. And I made $107 for 54.5% ROI. And I have 46 units on hand. One thing's funny, it was this month, so it won't show up on here. I think it was the 1st. I had bought a stick of deodorant for $1.08, including tax at one of the two stores. I forget which one. And I sold it for $20, so I made like a $12 profit on a $1 stick of deodorant. I thought that was pretty funny. It sat for about 3 weeks, but I didn't mind making $12 on a $1 purchase. It's actually really good. So video games, these probably only came from Walmart. Every once in a while, I'll run into a clearance video game at Walmart, and you can make money there if you can find them. And actually, these I bought. I took my kids to Arizona in late July, and I found a store that had a bunch of clearance video games. Well, it had 10, and they sold really fast. But I made 139% ROI. Health and beauty is the same as the beauty department. Ross or not Ross, but TJ Maxx and Marshalls, 74.5% ROI, made like $70. Sports, this is going to be probably like soccer shin guards and things like that. I don't sell a whole lot of sports, but every once in a while I'll find like shin guards and like cones they use to train for soccer and stuff like that. Home, this was probably some pillowcases I picked up. Single detailed page miscellaneous, these were actually something I probably accidentally bought. If you see this category, I usually stay away from it because there's nothing really sells fast. It's just kind of where stuff kind of gets dropped. Like it doesn't have, no one assigned it a category. So it's kind of hard to estimate what the sales will be per month. But I did sell 5 units, made like $12. So it's probably something I got from like the dollar store or something. PC accessories. I'm not too sure what this was. I forget. But I only sold the 1 unit. I usually stay away from like electronics and things like that. I do see that people will sell open box electronics and PC accessories from like Best Buy, but they sell it as used. I've heard horror stories of people selling electronics and like the product fails and the manufacturer refuses to honor the warranty because they weren't the original purchaser. So basically, if you go buy electronics at Walmart, like you buy a modem from Walmart and it fails, the manufacturer won't honor the warranty because technically you, the reseller, was the original buyer. So that is something to be aware of. Baby products, I used to do a lot more, but I used to buy a bunch of picture frames and baby photo books from Kmart, but I started receiving most of them would come in damaged. So I just quit dealing with Kmart on that. But this was probably like rattles and things like that. Every once in a while I find like some baby bottles, but I've experienced a lot of price tanking in that section. So I usually stay away from it. In CE, this might have been like light bulbs or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly what this was. I forget. But I made $6. No big deal. Maybe something I got at the dollar store. I'm not really too sure. And then baby or books. This was something I bought at the dollar store, and it sat for a while. Again, I don't do a lot of books. I don't find much books locally. And then pet products. This was some dog treats I got on clearance at Walmart. When I bought them, Amazon wasn't on the listing and they were profitable. And then Amazon jumped on the listing and it was no longer a profitable product. It sat for a month or so. And I just got rid of it because Amazon had a bunch on hand. And I just wanted to get rid of it and cut my losses and move on. I used to sell a lot of bundles from pet products, but the prices either dropped on Amazon or the prices went up in the stores. So I had to back off of those products, unfortunately. But you can make money bundling in pet products. I just haven't taken the time to find anything to replace the ones that I used to sell. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you guys is my profit and loss statement for last month. So let's look at August. So last month, my actual profit was on the low side. And the reason why was I invested in a lot of tools at home. So I bought a second Dymo printer. I was spending a lot of money on bubble wrap, like $40 a week, buying it at Lowe's or Walmart. So I decided to buy it in bulk from Uline. So I spent over $200 on bubble wrap, but I got 3,000 feet, so it'll probably last me through the end of the year. But my net sales was $24,795, and I had $947 in refunds. And reimbursement, that's product that's either lost or damaged that Amazon reimbursed me for. And I actually have a service that actually takes care of reimbursements for me, and it saves me a lot of time. So almost every day I'll get an email right around 12:30 at night telling me that Amazon's processing a reimbursement for me. So I recommend getting a service to handle that, because honestly, for a lot of that stuff, I don't even know how to research it, and it saves me a lot of time. The more time you can spend sourcing, the better off you're going to be. So my cost of goods sold was $8,800. So I spent $8,800 on product. So you can see it's almost a third, give or take, about 30% or 35% of my cost of goods sold was my revenue, because that's kind of what your should expect is a third of your money will go to the cost, a third of your money goes to Amazon, and you want to pocket the other third. That should be about what you should average. That should be what you strive for. So Amazon referral fees was $3,300. Closing fees was another $21. Fulfillment fees was $6,400. And shipping chargebacks was another $211. So all of that money went to Amazon, which was about $10,000. Yeah, about just say 10,000 is pretty good estimate there. So, and then storage fees, like you notice on the other pages I showed you, I go through a lot of product. My product sells fast. It sells really fast, actually. I do 70 or 80 transactions a day. So my storage fees aren't that high because you want your product to turn fast. You don't want it to sit there. So I paid $63 for Amazon to store all my products. So removal fees is stuff that either it got damaged and isn't in resellable condition, or every once in a while, like you'll be allowed to sell products and then just all of a sudden you're gated in it and stuff like that. So I did pay $19 for Amazon to ship product back to me that I needed to come back for one reason or the other. So for shipping fees, I paid $492 to ship product to Amazon. The reason why this is a zero is I didn't ship anything for 10 days. Me and my kids, we went to San Antonio on vacation for 6 days. So obviously I wasn't working the day prior, and then I had to source for a day or two when I got back. So I didn't ship anything for 10 days, but I paid almost $500 for shipping. Okay, so what was this one? Okay, so Amazon does charge you for customers returning product to process it. They have to pay their employees to do all the processing and stuff. So Amazon charged $35 for me to have people handle my returns. And then here's another administration fee for the returns. These are fees refunded to me from the returns. So Amazon doesn't keep their commissions and their fulfillment fees and stuff. So they will reimburse you whatever it is they charged you to sell the products. They charged me $7.30 to handle the sales tax, because there's several states that force Amazon to withhold the tax money and pay the state or the city, county, whoever's collecting the sales tax. I spent $82 on shipping boxes. My wholesale account, they only do money orders, so 88 cents for a money order. I bought a portable charger for my phone because I'll go out sourcing for 10, 12 hours sometimes, and I was running into the issue of my phone dying. So I decided to spend almost $50 on a phone charger so I can stay out sourcing longer. And as you can see, bubble wrap, I spent $228 on bubble wrap, and this was my large bubble wrap purchase. And I bought some shoe boxes for that too. My label printer, you have to have labels, so I had to buy labels twice last month. Inventory Lab, which is the product, this is what I'm using right here that you're watching. Polybags, I had to buy polybags twice. Before I was 10 keying in all my product, so I bought a scanner so I can just scan the barcodes to get it in a little bit faster to Inventory Lab. This was unsellable items that were damaged. So this was product I ended up just throwing away. I don't know why I put Amazon Prime on here. I should remove it because I don't claim that on my taxes. I do use Amazon Prime. I do buy my Dymo printer labels and my polybags from Amazon, but this $14 probably probably shouldn't charge it to the business. Office expense, this is my cell phone and my internet, which are tax write-offs, but I think I'm just going to remove it from here. These numbers aren't even 100% accurate. And last year when I did my taxes, I didn't report these figures on my tax return. So here I spent $50 on generic shoe boxes. I bought, packing tape was another $9.57. The bubble wrap, I had to pay $96 to have the bubble wrap delivered to me. And so that was another $100 I had spent there. Twice last month, I had too much stuff that I was shipping out, so I paid UPS to pick up my boxes and take care of it for me today. I've actually got 13 boxes they're picking up from me today sitting in my living room. I bought a USB splitter because I have my printer, 2 Dymo labels, my barcode scanner all hooked up to my laptop. Only has 2 USB ports, so I bought a splitter so I can streamline everything faster. This is a $40 a month Amazon charges me to sell on Amazon. And then Keepa, and I've tried to fix this several times. It's more like $18 I pay to Keepa, so I'll have to go through and fix that. I'm not sure why it says 4704, but Keepa is a graph that you use to do product research to estimate sales velocity and things along those lines. So if you do any online arbitrage, Keepa is a must. You have to have Keepa, or else it'll be really hard to operate properly. So here is sales tax collected. So the discrepancy here is California. So California's sales tax hasn't been paid by Amazon, so it doesn't show up on this report. And I just take this $300 and I'll put it in a savings account because I pay my sales tax annually that I collect. So the discrepancy here is California's sales tax. So that $300 will be showing here as profit. That's not really profit. Okay, so this is tax collected, like there's about like Pennsylvania and a few other states. So this is sales tax Amazon collected for them. And this is mileage. I've been going out of town like crazy. Like just even last week, I went to Lancaster, Palmdale, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. I went to LA 3 times last month sourcing, and I drive around town and stuff too. So I think I get 58 cents per mile for a tax write-off. So that's what this is based off of, is 58 cents per mile. And then this is just money that Amazon gets, or that, pays me out. So that's how I made all my money last month. I've never seen anybody show this much information before, so I hope you got value out of it. But this is what I do more or less every month. So my net profit was 16.6% after all my expenses. So if you factor in the fact that I bought 3,000 feet of bubble wrap, I was doing a lot of out-of-town sourcing. I didn't work for 10 days. I didn't ship out any product, so I bought the extra equipment. So if you subtract my sales tax, I made $3,700 last month. So I'm actually really happy with that, all things considered, because I spent like $500 on extra stuff I don't normally spend money on. And I basically took a week off and didn't source or do any Amazon stuff. So to make $3,700 with all those things considered is really good. And most people that I know will say your net income or your profit should be 16 to 20%. So last month was good for me. I hope you guys took value from this video. If you can like and subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it. Every month at the beginning of the month, I'm going to do these videos so I can just motivate you guys, show you what's possible, and kind of show you where I do my sourcing. The way I do things obviously is working well for me because I support me and my 2 boys with no problem. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.